system to get a bunch of people together with a common goal or vision to create a product. And basically it's like the most effective model we have today of utilizing ideas and people and labor. However, it runs counterintuitive to family values, to the nuclear family, and to society's morals as a whole, because it only values one thing: profit. Profit above people, profit above country, profit above workers. As long as the shareholders are satisfied, that's all that matters. This is the problem with the corporate structure today. It's a good model, but it's not tailored for the long-term success of a nation, which is why every country that we're seeing right now under this heavy corporate...
Let's go ahead and change the setting. It's a little better. Yeah. So I was let me collect my thoughts. I was kind of unsure about what I want to talk about today. A lot of times when I record these videos, I'm just going off the cuff, and truth be told, you usually come up with something. Like, there's usually something in the weeds. There's usually something there. But today seems like a pretty simple topic, man. And that's grinding. It's usually gonna always come down to grinding in some way, shape, or form, right? All of our human activity, most of it at least, the more productive part of our human activity is used to generate income, money, generate wealth, right? A lot of us are at different places in that process. A lot of us are in the same place in that process. One thing I believe is the standard way of looking at having a career is, I think it's kind of pretty much over. You always have your staple careers that will exist and need new bodies. But these days, not only are systems changing, but people are changing. Their mindsets are changing. Their perspective on life is changing. How they want to live their life is changing. Folks are, waking up. I think people are coming to realize that more of the onus, more of the responsibility is on us as a people, as a community, to get the things done that we want to get done. To actually run our communities effectively, it takes us. What happened is these jobs, they took us away from focusing on community. You honestly can't really even have son of a bitch. So yeah, things are changing. People's mindsets are changing. I mean, it's happening in every direction, yo. You know, I'm not even too sure what percentage of the population still works at home. I think one area that I'd be interested in noticing, or that one area I'd be interested in knowing the changes, what major changes are still prevalent, would be from like the commercial real estate sector. What happened, what's really happening behind the scene when all of those tenants basically moved out and all their employees went home. Now they work from home. That eliminates a huge bill. Yeah, my man was talking though. This guy in this video, I'm watching this dude's
one thing: profit.
This dude's channel. It's called Legion of Men. Pretty insightful guy. I'm gonna have to give his channel a little bit more attention. But the title of this video that I was watching says, "Hard work gets you nowhere. Why men are leaving the labor force." It's a huge conversation, fellas. That's a huge conversation, right? Because every day you have new humans being born, male, female, yeah. And the fact of the matter is that the cycle of life is not gonna stop. I often, sometimes myself, struggle with finding a way to have impact. How can I have an impact on the lives of others that not only just that makes a difference, but also compensates me financially in return? So basically, AKA a business in a way. You can say business, you can say organization. Organization probably just sounds better. So, guys, it's not enough to just think you can work a job, man, and think that's just gonna cut it. Some people work 2, 3, 4 jobs. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, that's Do I like it? No. Fuck. What are you gonna get out of complaining about the situation? I remember back in the day when I never worked 3 jobs at once. 3 jobs is crazy. I met people that have bragged about working 3 jobs before. And it's like, what? Okay. The economy is crazy, man. The economy is crazy, right? If you're not leveraging some way to make money online, dude, I kid you not, you gotta be obsessive with it. You know, you gotta be obsessive with it and be ready to take some risks and be ready to say fuck it. Like, I probably say that at least probably once in each video. You gotta be ready to say fuck it. Point blank period, man. We went wrong somewhere in the beginning when we started giving up too much of a fuck anyway. I'm about to say, what could you do with a thought of somebody else? You might be able to turn that thought into something and flip it and shit. But for the most part, when it comes to just like the random thought or opinion, that first of all, you probably made up in your mind anyway. What can you do with that? Nothing. It's a waste of energy. You know, giving people space in your mind. But that's a you thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame nobody else. That's a you thing. That's a part of self-mastery. You gotta get self under control. You gotta center self first. See that? You gotta center self first. And if you flip those words, and most people will say being self-centered is a bad thing. It depends on how you say it, and depends on how you look at it, man. Perspective is everything. See? It just has being self-centered. It just has a weird tone to it. Or maybe you've been tuned and programmed to think that being self-centered has a real bad tone to it. Even me, self-centered. But when you center yourself, that doesn't sound so bad. Look, that sounds like, that sounds stoic. That sounds meditative. Center self. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So how you use the words. I'm just coming up with that on the fly. But it's true. I even forget that sometimes. It's how you use the words. For real. So center yourself. Fuck the opinions. You get what I'm saying? Fuck the opinions. You get what I'm saying? Fuck them. Go for it. All right, you gotta take your chance somewhere. So, economy is crazy, right? I remember, working a retail job. I remember when all that stuff you can probably use to just get by with, man. Game changes every level. Game changes, especially when you have kids. Game changes every level. When you start taking on more responsibilities, financing more shit, game changes, man. You gotta be more responsible. You know what I'm saying? You notice people that have more things, more stuff, I guess, more responsibilities, right? People that have more responsibilities usually have more. The more responsibilities you have, the more it comes with. I mean, that's really kind of simple. So, yeah, think about it. What kind of life do you want to live? Like, what kind of life do you want to live? Like, are you ready for that type of stress, right? You want to be an entrepreneur, right? That's such a buzzword these days, such a huge buzzword. Let's start with just like being like self-employed or like being a business owner, you know? But yeah. Sounds so cool, right? When you tell somebody I'm an entrepreneur, right? It sounds sexy. But on some real shit, man, in this video, they were talking about, he was talking about a lot.
Together with a common goal and vision.
He was talking about a
create
lot.
Product, and basically it's like the most effective model we have today of utilizing ideas and people and labor.
Yeah. Man, every time I be like, it gets a mind of its own sometimes. They're talking about some valuable information in this video, man. In the short, homie was, title of the video was "Quit My Warehouse Job of 12 Years. Hard Work Gets You Nowhere." That's what homie titled his own video. That's what homie titled his own video. And I mean, real shit, dude, when it comes down to it, I don't think you have to work that long. Like really, work your first job. Because this money thing is universal, man. I ate pretty late last night, so it's all good. I say I trained fasted, but like, I think it's like depending on how late you eat, if your body's still digesting the food, are you really fasted like that? Yeah, I guess. Because at that point, you probably haven't been eating for hours on end, so. Anyway, A lot of guys are figuring it out, man. A lot of guys figure it out. A lot of guys figure it out early. A lot of people figure it out at different times, man. Like, for real. A lot of people, they'll have so many. They'll have a lot of different niches. Some people have one niche that they hone in on. And I definitely suggest everyone find something for themselves, man. Like, that they can give. And I mean, shit, figure it out. Just go for it, right? I don't want to put too many parameters in place, but just go for it. But I put in 12 years on his warehouse job, and I don't know, like, the guy that's talking, like, he looks very, very average. You know, I'm just keeping it honest. Nothing against him, right? But he said he's almost 40, or he's in his 40s, and you know, I'm going on 30 in December, and I just don't think I could live that much life in this type of system and like be okay with like the daily monotonous grind. It's so let me rephrase that. The daily monotonous grind, well, it technically is your choice, but right, it's only your choice up to like it's only your choice based on your limitations, right? Your limitations of skills, your limitation of knowledge, or let's be honest, a limitation of creativity too, man. Lack of financial wealth or financial success lies deeply in the lack of creativity. Bar. So I was talking about all that shit, fasting, blah blah blah, because now the body's starting to kind of go through its whole food's digesting. You can feel it. I'll have to watch this back and figure out what I talked about. It's bouncing around everywhere, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what we do sometimes with these morning rants. Like I said before, a lot of these these videos are off the cuff. They're free flowing, and that's what they're meant to do. That's what they're meant to be. But getting ready to hit the gym. You know, for me, the way I perform my days, waking up, I'm in this phase right now where I'm conducting a study in a way. So I'm keeping my calories relatively low. But on the flip side, with my training sessions, I'm not toning those down. Those are still high volume, high frequency. So I'm usually fasted during my workouts. That's usually the way I prefer to do it in general. Just how I feel. I feel good about it. You know, I probably get to a point where I'll have a light breakfast in the morning, maybe hit the gym, but yeah, I'm not there right now. Plus I ate pretty late last night. Food's still processing and working through it, so we technically have some energy still. So drank the coffee, believe it or not. We're still gonna drink our pre-workout mix, creatine mixed with our pre-workout. I'll link those as well. And today for the workout, ooh, man, been in an upper lower split lately. I think today is heavy focus on back. Today's Wednesday. Guess what day it is? No, it's Thursday actually. It's Thursday. Everyone's decided it's Thursday. So we're gonna put a heavy emphasis on back. For our legs, I think we're gonna go ahead and do some deadlifts. Yeah, we'll probably just end up going and training what we're in right now. Got this fucking Puma dry fit hoodie. It's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? But the bitch is kind of hard. I like it. Anyway. All right, guys. So a couple quick tips for shredding. When I get down to it, 1, let's use our body's natural fat burning mechanisms to our advantage. So that means going extended periods of time without food. That means you can just hydrate. I mean, you can even probably have a smoothie. I really mean solid foods, right? We want to basically go through periods of time where our body's not digesting solid substances. So I perform a fast in the morning. This is usually when I'll probably eat my vitamins, have a smoothie, drink a coffee, have some water. You know, just continue to hydrate and replenish my body. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure my body is well hydrated so it's able to process, any of the food I'm going to provide to it later on in the day. So hydrate early on in the morning. You're gonna help out your body's natural processes, all in general. So hydrate in the morning. And then what I'll say, if you're not usually used to dieting or planning out your food, right? Use the early rising to think about what you want to eat for lunch, what you want to eat for breakfast, what you want to eat to break your fast. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I'll think about like, so I'm not thinking about it like right now, but it's 8 o'clock. Gonna probably hit the gym soon. You know, I'll probably hit the gym no later than 9. And by that time, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the swing of my workout. Noon's approaching. I'll hydrate some more. And if I don't have any food prepped, I'll think about what I want to eat. Yeah, think about what I want to eat, right? Then body's gonna go through its processes. So I usually just kind of keep it cool, relax, breathe. That's another one too. That's a huge one. I guess I'm glad I thought about that while I was at it. For my new fasters out there, you're gonna become well acquainted with your breath as you begin this journey. You'll notice that how you breathe, the way you breathe, is directly synonymous to how well you actually digest food. Not only digest food, but how you breathe, the way you breathe, how deep you breathe, how much oxygen you get to your brain, your body, your blood cells. It's a direct correlation to your quality of life, 1000%. And when you're fasting from food, when you're fasting from other sources, even just physical food, right? When you're fasting from other sources, you just become more in tune with your vessel altogether. All right, I'm about to be out this bitch. It's been 30 minutes on this thing. I don't really know what I talked about, so I'm gonna holla at y'all later. Peace.